unavailable today?
I don't know,
Yes.
but we're not waiting any further.
He said last week that he was unavailable for the next 2 weeks, so it's going to be just you and me,
Weakness.
baby.
Attacking back and forth forever.
We shall be the best.
Around.
Like no one ever was.
Can I get you down? All right. Well, I'm under the weather a bit, so
Yes.
I just need to do my ritual of getting better and getting good over the course of the session. So,
Okay.
Check those
I'm
liquids.
just gonna get good as we play.
Maybe stop getting sick. Think of that.
I don't even feel sick. That's the funny part. I
Sure
just been
enough.
like this, and it sucks. Hate this shit. All right. And yes, I was listening to bitchin' music.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
The next song to that, Matt, was the album, so I just had that on for a bit until Casey got in.
Yep. All right.
So, welcome back to another session.
Yeah.
Last we left off, I was smacking my sword against Casey's sound barrier. And then my sword shattered. And then I rolled a 1, which turned into 2 ones. It all came together. And then at the very end of the season, you were like, John, post something in the chat, which is kind of like what you want to happen next for your foot in the door. And then that's kind of where I was like, I need to put all these ideas together. Sunder, the devouring, distill, and then making a new sword out of it. And that was kind of the idea of the cycle of the seasons. I also used ChatGPT to help me put some ideas together. So,
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
What a dude. What a dude. All right.
Woohoo. And then I also get sound portfolio next level.
Well, post what you currently got.
Did I post it? No, I didn't.
yeah,
I shall
Matt
post
even
it.
asked you. He asked you.
Yeah, the session ended, and I guess I forgot.
Yeah, shame.
250 sound portfolio achieve. That's what you said. That's what you said.
Yeah. Can't believe you've done this.
This is the current sound portfolio.
Oh, a new cactus, eh?
14 new cactuses.
Oh, wow.
Jesus Christ, Allie.
So many
14?
cactuses.
She's got
That's
babies.
a whole heckin'. That's a
It's
single
got babies.
heckin' of cactus.
That's more than a baker's dozen.
More than
Yeah, it's
baker's
a whole
dozen.
heckin'.
Is that what they call polys? A baker's dozen? No, wait, no.
Baker's dozen is 13.
No, you're right. What was I thinking? I was talking about your couple. That's what I was talking about earlier.
I call that a complicated relationship.
Yep. Complicated couple. More than 2.
More than 2.
Anyway, nice.
Continue on as you were. Don't look too closely here.
I mean,
we're waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yep, don't look too close. No one here but us Heckins.
Heckins?
Which is 14 cacti.
So, we're taking one more DTS, and then you're sleeping a day, right? Is that how this goes?
No, I'm not using the pocket watch currently.
All right, so let's just sleep
down.
this third downtime scene, because I know you do a lot of fatigue to yourself, right? So,
not in this case, but generally,
so
yes.
Can we keep going? All right, excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Of course. This isn't quite the same as training with Master. Though I think I feel some sort of power-up coming. I don't know, just a feeling. Maybe we should wait here a second.
I also feel power accumulating into my broken sword.
No, it's just broken.
Yeah.
Or sword.
See a 10 out of 10 unlock up on my my preview. The polygons speak of numbers.
Okay, okay. It's useful against higher grade armor. So I think I ignore armor otherwise. Don't put the new on it. Hmm. Close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Endover.
Oh,
Which is going to be how it's remaining spelled because it's dealing with the Tao.
oh. Change the U to an A then.
Yes, I will. It's a cool narrative use. Dead.
Yep. Didge.
Q.
Alright, there you go.
The tuned quality. Doubles the range bracket at point blank.
So close range is point blank.
That's really good. A lot of weapons have really close ranges.
Yep.
Or not really close range, really long range close ranges. Blah. Sun portfolio 2. Wicked sick. And then I'm assuming that my sword explodes. From Lars' sword exploding.
Certainly. You're not sure how he's doing it, man. But maybe you are a little bit, just a smidge.
Oh. So what exactly happens on the 100th and the 1?
The double one.
The double 1, yeah.
Oh, there's a John. Watch out.
Oh, it's John.
Yeah, right. Well, pretty straightforward. Your weapons break, but not in a uninteresting, anticlimactic kind of manner. No, they explode, but in a very precise manner. Usually, such an impact would obliterate the weapon in a very chaos manner, but the weapon comes apart basically at the weak points at the weapon, leaving these perfectly unfrayed, splintered shards of the sword, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Usually, when a wooden weapon breaks like that, it leaves splinters everywhere and shards of wood. Lars blade does have some in some cases where the whole section of the sword is just bad wood, but the parts of the sword that are actually good quality wood actually break off in these just chunks.
Prisms, some might say.
In some cases, yeah, prisms.
Okay.
He's been doing this all day, but nothing has been as refined as this breakage.
Oh, wow. I think you really got something there. Is that what you're going for?
Why, did that sound good or what, Lyron?
The breakage, yes, but every other hit, it was awful.
It was like a cacophony of terror with one bright note in the middle.
Aha! Means I'm getting somewhere. Excellent.
You got somewhere there. I don't know about the general direction,
I
but I believe you've got this, fam.
believe there is more to this now. I was going to use this as a catalyst for my next area, but I see some truth in what's coming next. Let's... Well, I need to study on this. Do you mind if we take a break?
Oh, that's fine by me. I suppose I could go punch that log until you're ready to go again.
So, after we finish that, the compounding talents I'm going to sit and cultivate upon. Not to improve my... well, I guess it is to improve my cultivation, but I'm not trying to get influence from this. I'm just trying to sit down and get my gains to actualize on those.
All right.
And what I can go for the next path forward, I suppose.
How long you want to spend on it?
How much time do I want to spend on it?
Yeah.
Or just a downtime scene for one?
Okay. Make me a Signitions.
Good at that.
You get one. Just one.
Do I get one per downtime scene I spend?
Yeah, meditating the sword at the level you're meditating. It takes a while to just muster up that one moment of clarity, or enter that zen.
I will spend 3 days on this.
All right, 9 rolls.
All right, here's my first one. Issue I have is that it is hard to fail, but that's all right. Let us start with that. New session. Let's throw on. Ooh, I can do it actually. I will. So all 9 rolls, I will roll a. I'll put a peak narrative on each of those. I'll spend 7 destiny fragments and 10 of my narrative pool for 9 total peak narrative on each of the rolls. 3 is my number, and 9, 3 by 3 is 9. Therefore, I shall roll.
A lot of narrative.
Yeah.
I'll do it. God damn it, Johnny.
Good start.
Every fucking time, dude. I'm just like, oh, this will take a while for him to make an accomplishment, and he's just like, ding! Dinner's ready. Fucking let's go.
Look at this book. Poof.
Alright. Well, you definitely see him. There's one fragment in every blade that is shattered under your hand, even if it's a practice blade. Even if it's a practice blade that's never been used. They all have what is called a shattered heart. You can collect these. These have sword intent in them. Basically, a wisp of sword spirit. And you can tell which one your flaming sword used to have, which is their shattered heart because you collected all the pieces.
I did. I was made sure I did. I even wrote it down that I've collected the pieces.
Yep. Now, when a sword is intact, it hides its heart.
Of course. Makes sense. It's vulnerable.
It must.
Yeah.
But because of your one and your stupid narrative point thing, the heart could be detected if you strike or if your blade connects enough times with theirs. Especially if the practitioner is a mountain climber of a specific level.
Right.
Because once you reach a certain level of sword, you can resonate with the sword heart. But that also concentrates that energy.
Mhm.
It gives you incredible more power to resonate with the sword heart directly. But it also, for you, would help you pinpoint it. So if you're fighting weaker opponents, it's almost impossible to find the sword heart until you break the sword.
Right.
But with more powerful practitioners, it might stand out, and you can actually attack it.
Well, what I was thinking, Matt, especially when I wrote down in the Summer to Sunder, it's like I'm analyzing their techniques of the sword and how the person uses their weapon, right? And it will kind of give cues to like how this heart, like almost like the blood flow, or the energy flow of the sword comes back into the heart in a sense. And you
As
see
a note,
that through.
Your seasons of the sword type of thing, you'll have to puzzle those out.
Yeah, what I was
Because there's a
thinking,
lot of
since this is like an evolution on the path and it's its own thing compared to, just the path of the sword. I could have used this as a catalyst to the next, my after for stage 5. But it almost seems like it's its own new thing where it's I start with Sunder, and then it goes into Harvest, and then after I have the pieces, I distill it and then recreate it into a new sword, which is kind of the idea I have here. But yeah, no,
that works perfectly fine.
Yeah,
It's just learning their techniques to even activate the sender. I was looking at some of your very lofty goals. Holy shit! Like, this is like Sword Saint level stuff that you're wanting.
That's okay. You dream big. That's all I can say.
Because I'm looking at it going, I'm able to analyze your fighting style, your capabilities, your preferences, and the sword itself in the middle of combat while clashing blades and doing my own thing, while also hiding my own techniques so I can't be puzzled out by the other guy. I'm like, ooh, that's ambitious, but I like it.
It was just an idea, and now we have some
Very
something to
wushu
work off
stuff.
of.
Yeah, very wishy stuff.
And I'm big on the seasons, so I figured I'd kind of incorporate that, and it's like a cycle because like I'm starting again every time. You know what I mean? Like because I'm building upon the sword.
Well, get yourself a check mark and a D4.
So science is maxed, and this is a double one, so I'll get myself 2d4.
Oh, you get yourself the mastery then.
I'll take 5 in my perception, which gives me 44, and I will take a mastery.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a big project.
Excellent.
It's gonna be. I'm not joking. It's gonna be a huge project. Shatterstorm.
I've got Resonant Shatterstorm.
Yeah.
Shatterstorm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is a big one because you can literally just go and break, and every sword that has the same weakness also detonates in the hands of
Yeah.
their users, and if they're made by the same craftsman, regardless of if they have the same weaknesses or not and what quality they are, they also will undergo potential detonation. But the higher the quality, the bigger resistance they get. But if you kill the one with the highest quality on the map, usually all the other ones are going to crumple.
That's rough.
Yeah.
So the
Which
question
means
is,
you could
how-
disarm an entire sect. It's all made by the master blacksmith. We are all gifted his greatest creations. Oh, no.
That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate for you.
okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the question I have next is how do I go about working on the 0 out of 100,000? Is it just by swordplay? Is it by
Yeah. So in combat, when you swing your sword, you get 1 progress.
Okay.
Anytime you break a sword, depending on the sword, if you broke it with shatters or if you broke it with the breakpoint, you get 100 progress.
Gotcha.
Just swing the sword. Outside of combat, it's -5 to progress because it's not really helpful. So in combat, sword doth swingy +1 progress. Not in thine combat doth swingeth -5 progress.
So if I swing my sword, I get negative progress.
Yeah, it'll actually send you backwards.
So if I just
if
I'm working towards it, if I'm working towards it, it's negative progress. If I don't do it out of combat, in a sense. Is that what you're saying? Right?
Yeah, but you can also generate enough bonus to progress that it can overcome that negative.
Yes, of course. No, that's I was thinking that. Yeah.
Wait. And the DTS also can be grouped with other things.
Okay.
Now, swinging it in combat is just, I mean, if you make a multi-attack, you can rack up the progress really high, but I give you a really big point total, so.
Cool. Second question. I said I was going to spend 9 days. Do I still take those 9 days to go through it, or am I done at the first downtime scene?
I mean, it depends. What else do you want to meditate on?
Okay.
There's
'Cause if
always
I
more to
can-
meditate on the sword.
Mhm.
Always.
Because
You've
what I suppose
discovered-
I could is use what you just put at the very bottom here is downtime seen spent in completion meditation of the sword is plus 10 progress.
plus 10 progress each, so
Yeah.
you'd have 80 progress.
Yeah.
And
the
then
thing
what else are you ruminating on?
I suppose I would be ruminating on my half of the sword that I need a catalyst for, and what I could use the catalyst.
Mhm.
Like the catalyst could be pieces of a broken sword, could be the new form, nebulum I got, could be.
So go ahead.
So, am I rolling a science here for those rolls again, as I did
Yeah.
the first time? Okay.
Or don't forget your new fat bonuses.
Oh, from Master. So, 14 divided by 2 is 70. Jesus Christ. Look at the peak narrative on top. Okay, that's my, this is my time to shine. As I look at my 1 to a 100.
Fucking, this is what we ended on last time.
This is the whole concept I have is the convergence of the two, which is the third piece here. So I just find that really interesting on this. Especially just doing it naturally is so fun to see because it's 1 out of 100 chance and then another 1 out of 100 chance.
Over and over again.
The other one was manufactured, though. I did that with qualities and fate. This one is just like luck. Okay. And there's also another 30 on top of that because I rolled perception instead of just science. So, okay. Yeah, fun. The peak narrative. What even comes to that? I could just. It's part of the summer, the Sunder, maybe. I don't even know. Like,
Don't worry, your GM's got you if you want.
it's just compounding talent. It's just could start something new. It's contemplation, blah blah blah. Contemplation and meditation is, and I said before it was of that stuff. I don't even remember now. Okay, yeah, sure, Matt. I'm at a loss for words.
Well,
Get to that point.
Don't
sometimes.
worry about it. You got the red box right next to the green box. What the fuck are you supposed to do here, friend? It's like, I don't fucking know.
You know, Savalaire's hair is green, and the other Deva, their hair is sorry, my hair is red, their hair is green, and that's kind of where that goes. So that's all I got in my head. So it's nice.
Yep.
Hey Matt, let's
You're sent down a dangerous spiral.
Yeah.
ruminating on the words of the mountain climber that you helped.
Of course. Yeah.
Everything's a sword and swords aren't real. What does that mean? And then come to a horrid realization that if everything is a sword but swords aren't real, does that make everything not real?
Oh, I have a thing on this. Do I automatically go into stunnage at this point because of reality is just a dream?
Yeah, you hit. Fortunately, that'll actually be your evacuation point, because this is what is called a death spiral, where your Tao actually unravels itself and shatters.
Good thing for negative qualities, eh? They always come in handy when you need them.
Yeah, and you ponder on the true meaning of the sword for a fraction of a moment, and it's just like stunned, like an anvil out of an Acme crate hits you in the head. You saw the true meaning of the sword all the way down at the very bottom, but you can't remember. You know you saw it.
Yeah.
It's almost too big to fathom.
It's a mountain, after all.
No, it's not. You know, you can kind of figure out what it is, but what it isn't. But that's such a large game. It's kind of like the way Lyron works with his if you swung the sword right.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it doesn't. Nothing matters. Everything you do in the path of the sword is literally futile, and you are going to be filled with that dread. And it might infect your Tao battles going forward.
Interesting.
For either side. So if you fight another sword guy in a Tao battle about swords,
mm-hmm.
and whose sword Tao is better, everything you do is futile might flutter through and infect the Tao battle, and you guys will just have to hold on. Even what Lyron's doing with the sword is literally futile. There's no correct way to swing a sword. It's just a sword. And swords aren't real anyway, so. It's just, yeah, it's a bit of existential dread.
I know the catalyst. Catalyst is easy here in this case. Then it's the the catalyst is my critical failure martial Tao point of terror.
No, it's not the one you're looking for.
No? Okay.
No. I mean, you could try and put it in there, but it would make your sword a little bit different.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd make your sword a really big different.
Okay.
Because there would be fear when you swing the sword, and fear when you hit somebody with the sword. Like, there would be fear built in. Hesitancy, too.
Okay.
Terror. Yeah. Consider your sword Tao infected.
Okay.
There's a couple greater either meanings, or there are really advanced Tao demons that have infected your sword Tao, because everything you do from here and have done is futile. There's no such thing as the sword. There's no such thing as the sword Tao. Everything's a sword, but at the same time, if everything's a sword, nothing's real. And it's this endless spiral. Fortunately, if you ever dwell on it too hard, you get stunned unconscious.
So Matt, I'm going to use my gag here as well, I think, because it's based off of 100s. Yeah. Cascading failure. I forgot to use it last time I did it, and I thought to myself, I should do it this time. I wonder how I can apply that here. Because this is a great time for me to improve upon it in-game.
The gag or the sword?
No, the gag usage with the sword, because the gag is cascading critical failure. When rolling a natural 100, it can extend the failure down of the roll to others, lasts duration of the scene. But you can also can be upgraded with merit or via in-game resources. So what I'm seeing here is that, at least from this, is that it's just failure all around. Yeah, with peak narrative, just everything. It's just. But how to apply that is the question. It's almost like I could use my my failure fragment here. Because the infection can go both ways. Like, you know what I mean? This is a way for me to explore this sword, because now I have something to work off of. Because the infection is something I can treat, in a sense. But it's going to hurt my Dow. It's going to hurt other people's Dows. If I ever want to become a physician, this is an interesting concept. Could be an extension into the harvest season.
You got to build these before you can upgrade or modify them. A good path going forward for Summer to Sunder is learning more sword styles, more sword techniques.
Yeah.
Yep. Reading a bunch of books like a nerd.
Okay. So I was just hoping to figure out a catalyst. And I've actually expanded upon the next part, which is swords aren't real, kind of deal, which is good. And now I have Dow infection with my sword, which also affecting me. Okay. I'm knocked out for turns. Slasher. It's fine. 10. So when I wake back up, hi, Ron. You still there?
Oh yes, I'm just punching this log.
Did you notice anything that happened to me while I was meditating?
Don't worry, you got this, fam.
You looked
yes, I
over at
do.
one point, and he went, ugh, just literally fell over completely unconscious. Like, he's got this.
He figured something cool out.
Hmm.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, you passed out there for a bit, I guess. But I figured that was part of your training.
Yes, of course. Yes. I think I've meditated on this enlightenment as much as I can for now. What are you up to? What time is it anyway? Oh, it's morning already. Oh, well, I suppose.
Oh yes.
What are you doing? So if you want to do 2 downtime scenes, feel free.
Learning how to punch this log. Let me make a bunch of weapon skill checks to punch this log. With normal punch training. 14, so 28 D100s. Yeah. None of them are 1s or 100s, so that's just progress. Sweet, sweet progress. But I'm not using a sword, nor am I using a movement mechanics, so I don't get the times 10 on the 50 or less, and nothing otherwise. So 16. What the heck is the pinnacle skill learning thing? There it is. 19. 20 progress per success, which is 14 successes, which is 200. 280 progress. Yippee.
Nice.
It is something.
Wait, where did all the 1s and 100s go?
Those were last session, okay?
Oh, okay.
And I guess the beginning of this session.
They've, the very end, the very beginning. It's my whole concept I have going on right here. It's just smashing together.
Yeah.
It's just
Only rolls 1s and 100s this session.
It'd almost be heartbreaking. So anticlimactic. It's like,
Oh, look, another one.
sorry, guys.
No problem.
gonna continue to compound on how bad this gets and how great this gets at the same time.
Oh man.
Well, bad news, Lar. Good news. You finished everything.
Bad news, you're dead. Make a new character. You've completed all the things you needed to do. Well, now you just what's the point?
And you've achieved the ultimate failure. Unfortunate. Okay. Well. Whew. You ready to continue the sword training, or shall I continue punching this log?
Well, I think it's time for me to read, Lyron. Start reading this.
Oh, you were just meditating on the sword piece.
Yeah, no, I don't have this thing that people have where they can put books inside their head. No, not. I need to open up and. Oh, right, I can't read. Oh,
Oh, here, let me look at the page for you.
Oh, thanks,
Oh,
Lyron.
wait.
Wait, no, you can read, though. I know you can.
If it's a mundane book, sure.
I see. Sometimes.
Depends on how they wrote it.
Well, I guess the question is, Matt, can Lyron read the manuscript for flow?
Yeah, is it like written with regular ink or paper?
Yeah, it's very well done. The craftsmanship on the paper is pretty good. It also has the pictures like you'd see in a normal training manuscript.
Okay. So I can make out what's on the pages.
Yeah.
Based on differences in density in the paper with ink and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. I can read it to Lar, but I don't know how to describe the pictures.
Yeah, it's hard.
I could learn it and demonstrate it.
I think I'm going to spend some merit. I'm going to actually spend some of my negatives, I think, here. Yeah, why not? Down to that. I'm going to purchase Health Matters again, Matt, for my one session purchase of positive qualities. Is that acceptable? Can I purchase it again?
Never.
Okay. The question I have, though, is it a separate instance, or is me getting Health Matters again? Because it says I can buy it up to times of your toughness bonus.
Mhm.
So is it like me getting it again, like as a new thing, or is it adding upon the original, like it being now a 4-star quality, or is it still like its own?
It doesn't increase the star edge. It just adds a multiple on top of the current one.
Okay, so what so it does add upon the current one. It isn't a
Mhm.
new thing. Okay. The reason I
Yep.
was asking is because I wanted to know what the merit would be like. So if I was going to spend more, in this case, like if I want to spend more spirit on it, it would increase. It would go to 10 instead of another 5. I just wanted to double check that first before I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the same item. So
Yeah.
and usually I think I should put this in the somewhere in the book, but if you pick up something that is identical,
Mhm.
they stack upon themselves.
Yeah.
As an iterative. There we go.
Good to know.
Unless they're items, but even then, if they're items, you just put a quantity increase. So it's the law of stacking. So if you somehow are able to separate it, you'd have to change the name or something. Something would have to change.
No, I just the reason why is I want to know, does my original merit purchase on Health Matters go for the the next one I did?
Yeah,
Or
it
B,
affects the whole stack.
exactly, yeah, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. So now I have 30 extra health. Okie dokie. That's there. Back to the original question. Can Lyron read out the book, and then we learn it together, kind of deal.
Yeah.
If not, I have an idea.
Okay.
But I suppose I would also be, seeing the polygons as, Lyron's using his sound, very core being to reproduce what's on the page.
His verbal description suck.
It's like I haven't seen since I was a small child.
Oh,
even
are you
then-
helping me, Lyron?
Even then, they look like polygons on a sheet to you. So
Yeah.
nothing matches up either way.
Oh, wait. I think there's something in my background that helps me with this situation. I think I will use my 3 stars I have left in my what's that called again? I'll find it in here. Convenient backstory insert. That sometimes when the eyes are not available, the Sava can use their hearing, another sense, to help. As Lyron is resonating his voice to this, I would like to use the 3 stars I have left for my convenient backstory insert to purchase Daredevil.
So am I just yelling at the page in order to see what's on it? Or hear
Or
what's on it?
shaking it and it's making the paper noise. Or you can literally be like, "Tell me your secrets!" and just yelling at the page.
So the
Either which
main
way you want to do it.
reason I can read with Daredevil is because I can see through objects as well.
Oh, then you definitely have to
just
yell at the page.
Yeah. Well, I was just letting Lar know that it isn't just
Mhm.
Daredevil letting me do it.
Gotcha.
But that is a helpful thing to have since you are blind.
You're both blind.
Oh my god, I can't see!
So, can I get my convenient backstory insert with Daredevil? Now being able to hear and see. Because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to combine senses, because what I've been doing so far is that I've been having people read them to me, and I've been using my ear holes to kind of comprehend a lot of things with me seeing the truths with my eyes. So now I'm kind of like combining the two to. I'm not really combining the two, but I'm now having a new way of sight through my ear holes. But I don't have shattered glass things in my ear holes. So I'm wondering, can I pick that up, and will it help me to better understand what Lyron's saying in this case?
The Pyramidion fractalization is not something you're going to be able to just bypass with a simple Daredevil purchase. If you get it, it just increases the sophistication of the prisms.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to get more information by using an additional sense.
You want to hear the prisms.
Yeah, I want to be able to understand the prisms better, and that therefore it's not bypassing it, but it's
You want to pick
figuring
up
it out
Daredevil
more. Yeah,
there's gonna be more prisms in your life.
I suppose. Would that stop me from being able to like understand people? Would they because they wouldn't just be prisms, right? It would just be like the words wouldn't just be prisms. I see the words sometimes. That's how I figured out the 10 secrets. Well, at the end of the day, I've already said my piece. We'll turn that into Daredevil. My convenient backstory insert here.
Cool. You getting all that, Law? I think I'm doing
so.
pretty clear descriptions.
I'm starting to see with my ears now. It's interesting.
What sort of? Well,
Am I resonating with you right now? Is that what's happening?
Is it command to teach him what this is? If I'm trying to describe it well to him?
Yes, you're just yelling at him in
I'm
command.
yelling at the page, and then I'm trying to describe what I hear on the page to him.
Yeah, I guess it would be command.
Good.
Are you helping, Lyron?
No, I'm not.
Good to
I'm
know.
trying to, but
I was wondering if You Got This fan was coming in here.
oh yeah, I need to. You got the. Well, I can't really fail. You got this, fam. Does it have a negative to the intelligence check?
It's the ones after. I think it's.
Oh right, it continues to compound upon itself. Every time you're unsuccessful, every time you're successful.
So let's see. I'm looking
It's
at them right now.
Social qualities?
You got
No,
this,
it's a
fam.
negative.
So, helping or teaching others requires anything require. No, sorry. Helping or teaching others in anything requiring an intelligence. What? Helping or teaching others in anything, comma, requires an intelligence test at a -10 penalty. Okay, that makes more sense. Each time they fail at the task, or that you fail in teaching them, trying again increases the penalty of -10. So the issue here is that you failed to help me with the failure of the command test, which means the next intelligence you make is at a -10.
There's that, the one that is still auto pass almost. But don't worry, it's gonna get worse because I can't teach you.
Rolls a 1. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Okay, I'll continue trying to describe this stuff. I'm great at command.
You're getting better.
We're getting better, yeah.
I actually literally see you getting better at what you're trying to say. So it's keep it up.
Oh man. Ah! There we go. So what this page sounds like is, well, based on the density here, and oh wait, hold on, your eyes are glazing over a bit. I guess
No,
not your
I'm
eyes.
listening. I'm listening. They're always this glazed. As you look
Here,
again,
let
and
me.
they change shattered.
I'll attempt to use movement mechanics to move in exactly the way the page is describing, so he can actually, I guess, see the exact movements. Then,
Interesting.
What
since I can't describe it with
level
words.
of have you? You're not at the full stage of movement mechanics where you
Correct,
can
but I
move
can
your
move
whole
each.
body.
I can move each. It's a still frame that I'm doing, so I can move each body part to its position, one at a time.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna mimic the still frame
The
on
pictures,
the
yeah.
page.
I'm gonna show him the
Nice.
pictures in a way that he can parse
Oh,
it.
that's pretty clever. All right.
He's a clever guy, so that's why I've chosen Lyron to help me with this endeavor. I can see by his 122 intelligence. My
So
heaven's
smart.
eye.
My heavens.
That's actually pretty comical because he's got to like set up a sword from a dummy and like tie it on there, and he's got to make it look like it's swinging, and he's got to make a still image that he's blocking it.
Yep. Because I realized my descriptions weren't working. So. And then I go back to reading out loud again to him after each of the pictures.
Lyron, you're so good at this.
Oh, didn't seem like you understood my verbal descriptions.
Well, it was a little hard with the polygons and everything, but I'm starting to see the truth in what you do. Your body is quite good. I'm saying you're attractive, Lyron, but I'm also saying that you're doing a good job. So keep it up.
Oh, yes, thank you. Blushes. So I suppose we'll spend the next two downtime, or however long it takes, with this incredibly longer form of reading a book to get through the manual, or at least to get through part of it so we can start training it. Because I'm assuming these are like set up into different lessons.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
a
a
lot of
training manual.
like a lot of the theory, and then there's the footworks aspect of
Yeah.
where to put your body, the movement of it all, the flow.
The core of this book, reading through it, is riposte. It's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
It also teaches you all the different ways of using riposte, such as or pairing, because not always do you strike back. Sometimes you knock your opponent off balance or guide their sword to move them to a different square, or maybe even guide their blade to hit a guy adjacent. Um, the footwork is definitely the harder part. But I mean, compared to some of the stuff you guys have learned, it's not actually that hard.
Compared to what I'm currently learning.
Yeah. Um, the key is to be fluid as possible. So it's really hard to capture that in still frames.
Especially when I'm moving one body part precisely to each position of the frame.
Yeah. So one of the pages actually has a grid laid out, and basically the equivalent of a footprint, left and right. And there are these little routes, these lines connecting one footprint to the next. And basically you follow this circuit until it is no longer awkward, and you can continually follow the different footprints, and which turn into the movement techniques.
Okay.
Because even the page acknowledges that you're not going to be able to learn the foot techniques from a page. You have to do it yourself.
You want to try practicing some of this footwork, Lar?
I mean, we might as well.
All right. I can use both of my feet at the same time with movement mechanics. Does that help me actually learn it without movement mechanics if I just perform it accurately that way?
This would be
Oh no, I have both
something.
my arms, not both my legs anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could perfectly learn it with movement mechanics if you had your legs, but it's not just the legs. You would need the whole body thing.
Got it.
Because you would be doing this perfectly from the hips down, and the whole upper part of your body would be like, whoa, 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 balance. Because you haven't learned how to sync them all together, and it does require a lot of upper body strength in some of the movements.
Sure enough. Just flopping around, but walking perfectly.
You know, I have something that I've been curious of. I don't know if this is a Halloween thing, or maybe just something to do with my browser. But do you guys see the pictures I've put in?
Images.
Pictures you've put in.
Yeah, and the Rufus Wig too. Is that happening to you guys as well? Like, or is it just me?
What the heck?
Is it just
Well,
it's just a me
I
thing,
don't have
right?
the images up ever.
Okay.
Because it takes up too much of my screen. So let's figure this out.
That is
But it's
not
also
happening.
happening. Okay, yes. So it was also happening to my rolls there too. I was just like everything was breaking. So that's just.
Oh, I must have hit your browser with my sword. I'm sorry.
No,
I just.
it is not doing that for me.
Okay, we're good. We're good. I'll just do like a refresh here. Interesting. No, it's definitely something
That's
to
weird.
do with the graphics card, maybe, or.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. That was just a weird.
What kind of roles would it be to start learning this footwork?
Started to infect people with my Dow. Now it's starting to break things apart, the game included. Just myself, though. And Matt, because he's not saying anything.
Yeah. I'm just worried about your graphics card.
No, it's fine. It's working on one screen, so I don't think there's anything wrong with there.
Then it might just be your monitor, which would be unfortunate.
But the thing is, though, is that you guys see the image, correct? Like, you guys see the little squares.
Oh, that is true. Never mind. That doesn't... Huh.
So I think it's something to do with the browser itself is kind of what I'm getting at. So I don't know if something's up with Firefox, or maybe it's the because even my I think it's something with Firefox. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway. So yes, the question, Matt, of what roles would you like from the two of us? Is it more of an agility
What's
for
your
the
level
footwork?
of sword path?
My path is 5.
Yep. You can learn all of these sword moves. It's just you only have to learn the movement stuff.
Okay. What about for Lyron?
Lyron. Lyron struggles with this because reading this is not correct. Because he knows the proper way of swinging the sword. And swinging the sword to block another sword is just swinging the sword. And this is painful to learn. You sure you want to learn this?
Well, it's less physically painful than the previous thing I was learning. So, I guess one of us is going to be on the attack and one on the defense, whilst trying to practice the movement mechanic, or the not move the footwork.
Also, correction, Matt. I'm up to the 5th, but I have not completed the 5th because it requires a catalyst.
Fine. Hold on. I'm gonna type out the stuff for a bit, but
Okay.
learning this stuff is not too hard. Not really.
Compared to what I was learning beforehand.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The first one you learn. There's a lot that goes into the riposte, even the basic one. But the majority of it just comes down to the fluidity.
Okay. So we just picked it up pretty quick though, without.
Yeah. It's actually kind of interesting. It talks about a fluid dynamic between swordsmen. There is a spillover point where on the defense, if your defense is too rigid, it's not possible to use these moves to counterattack. Which means if you barely get your sword up in time, your sword's too rigid. But if you counterattack with some grace, or you parry with some grace, and you're not desperately defending yourself, you're able to keep a bit of flexibility, and your sword is no longer rigid on impact. There is a different riposte that you can do.
What is a split-second defense?
Ooh, split second. That's the word, the magic word.
Does it not allow anything else to be put on the stack?
Unless there's another split second.
Ah. It's like a counter trap in Yu-Gi-Oh! Wonder how the first guy in the tournament would react if Lar just walked in with like a bundle of training swords on his back.
Just in
You would
case.
be labeled an eccentric and arrogant, and then you would beat this guy to pieces with training swords. And everyone's like,
Pulls
"Oh, I
another
don't
one
wanna...
out, shatters it against his sword, breaking it. It's like, oh, I see you brought less swords than me. I guess you lose.
Yeah, I think the funniest thing here is that I've just been like training on myself by breaking these swords. 'Cause the idea is to be able to utilize breakage on other people's swords without my sword breaking.
Oh, well, why bother with that when you can have a bunch of cheap swords?
Just in case.
Or you just buy a bunch of relics just to throw it in people's faces that you're willing to break that because you're that rich.
Someday.
Seven or more DOS. Is my strength any good?
I've upped mine. I wanted to get more key, which is why I did that, but I'm at my max.
Strength is
So.
58. Okay. You don't have to roll strength if you move yourself. Okay. It's also useful. How many DTS does it take to learn this? Because I'm pretty sure my methods of describing what's in the book take a while, as well as
1 DTS per, because of
Per.
our
Cool.
describing methods.
Nice.
You don't need to stack successes or anything. It's just you guys are so good at the sword at this point. Kind of like, this is what you're supposed to learn first.
it's like, okay, I get it.
It's like, how would you describe that? It's like doing is it really like doing the campaign and doing the side quests? Is that kind of what it is like?
Where you just walk up and one-shot the things. I feel like it kind of is.
Yeah. Usually I'm like, I do all the side quests so I can do the campaign at max level, but it's kind of like...
Well, I mean, that also makes you...
kind of applies, yeah.
Yeah, it applies both ways, I think.
Yeah.
Doing too much content and then continuing on a much lower level content.
But this is what was suggested to me by the master student, is like, hey, get to level 5 and then we can work on this. Because it'll be easy.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, it is. Took a DTS per thing we learn. So we spent 2 before this. One for riposte, one for shifting riposte. Probably an extra one for trying to figure out how I can actually teach LAR properly. Or not teach, but describe what's in the book.
Hold on, I'm still typing.
Oh, no, I'm just trying to count things. It's fine. So, 5 DTS so far. What does my parry even look like right now? If I were to. Gives us a reason to parry over dodging with the ripostes. Also, you already have a riposte, don't you? So you can double down on that.
Yeah, I have a part of my martial arts for Passion 4 Elements is pretty sure it's in Ever Burning Liberty. It's called Flame and Determination, which gives me riposte, an extra parry to 5, improved parry 10, and empowered riposte and empowered return. So I do a lot of damage when I do a parry. So ooh, I like wontons.
Where are you swinging, bro? You're not caring about everyone in the battlefield. You're just swinging for swinging. Like, stop it! Let go of my sword. Nah, I don't know. Swords aren't real, bro.
Okay.
Well, it happens. So.
I do like a whole lot of options when it comes to things. Is this part of the same action economy as the parry, by the way, for these?
It's just after a successful parry, so we can do it if we parry.
Yeah.
And if you have 10 DOS, you can
So it's-
pick any one of these.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last parry that you have, disarming riposte.
Cool.
Cool.
Those are just the ripostes. Those are the defense. And then you got the 3 flowing sword strikes, which actually comes with 3 attacks. Oh, that's not how you spell that.
Ooh. And I'm guessing this is the same where you can choose one of the options based on the amount of DOS you have?
Yep.
Okay.
Do. There you go. So those are the 3 strikes. The flowing sword is all about counterattacking. So obviously the ripostes are more in number and they're more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But it does include 3 strikes.
Yeah, it's just nice because we can expand upon the ones we do currently, so that should be nice.
These are very basic, but they can be used in tandem with other things, such as with the corkscrew strike, you need a full action attack. Well, you can use Passion of the 4 Elements and build yourself a full action attack, and this is in addition to whatever that move does.
Nice.
Yeah. The flowing style, or the flowing forms, all have a DOS check. And it's basically focused around the concept of, is your sword too rigid, or is it flexible and soft enough to do these moves? And if it isn't, unfortunately, you don't get that extra juicy bonus. But if it is, you get this extra tack on to literally anything. The corkscrew, you can work on it to see if you can get it down to a half action. But as it is, it's hard to pull off, even by reading the book. And you guys actually spend a good whole DTS, good 6 hours, literally trying to get your sword to make this corkscrew motion as you make a full action attack. And when you do get it, it's actually really fun to see, because your sword actually does this rotational corkscrew, and you're like, the blade's definitely not supposed to do that. Well, better not ask questions. Now it comes down to the movement. Yeah, 11 DTS, correct.
Yep.
So far.
Well,
So far.
that's the total so far, including the stuff before we started learning this.
Yeah. Doing this teaching method, by the way, Lyron, is actually really helpful for you. Oddly enough, it's a lot of effort, but between the two of you, picking it up is really quick. In fact, if you were to do this even with more difficult manuals, as long as you have the pictures, and you can copy them with fluid dynamics or movement mechanics, it would be pretty simple to pick up most sword styles, as long as you have their technical manual.
Okay.
Which, of course, they're going to guard with their life, because it's their sword manual, but I mean...
I just need to yell loud enough that I can read all the books inside their vault.
They'll probably understand what you're doing very quickly.
It's fine, I just need to get more intelligence so I can just yell once as I'm passing by it. espionage. The loudest sword.
What are you doing? I'm practicing my yowling and yodeling, obviously. Will you stop that racket? No. Stop. Fight me.
That'd be against my religion.
That's funny. Alright.
This doesn't help us for riposting against riposte, right? So we can't, if someone tries to parry us or there's nothing against that, right?
Oh, you mean riposting a riposte, like literally counterattack
Yeah,
and counterattack?
Yeah, because that's the only thing I can see.
No.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
That would probably require you to turn these moves into free action somehow.
Gotcha.
And you would still need the appropriate DOS against their attack.
Yeah.
So there could be a back and forth, but you would run out of reactions very quick if you had a tough opponent. Most opponents won't have a free action, but flowing movement from the positive qualities on the physical side gives you one of each. So, great purchase for the future. Kind of like, oh, these are good. Yeah.
Increase the damage dice of the weapon by half your weapon. Oh, it isn't just increase the damage. It just adds more die. That's cool.
Yeah.
Does it increase it by 1 die each, or by, like, if your weapon has like 3d6 or something, will it increase it by 3d6 per
No,
weapon?
1 die each.
Okay.
So if you have a basic bitch weapon that only does a d10, but you're a master swordsman, this is how master swordsmen turn weak ass swords into really powerful weapons. They're like, I thought that was a basic bitch sword. It is. How are you able to cut the building in half? Well, the building should get good. It's not my fault the building is weak. Yeah. The movement thing, you'll have to spend a DTS setting up the movement track. You would need a logic test to make sure it's correct, and then another DTS to kind of figure it out and practice it a little bit, and then we'll see. Probably should be able to pick it up pretty quick though.
Okay, so I will do a logic test. Can I actually use mathematics? I guess that isn't any.
You could easily use mathematics. Actually, you don't even. If you're gonna use mathematics, you don't need to fucking roll. You just do it.
Okay.
Oh yes, it's supposed to be like this, and everyone's like, "That makes no fucking sense," but that is very correct.
Well, 1 + 2 = fish, so this follows. And wait, what?
You don't know about the zodiac constellation equation of fish? I thought 1 + 1 = Gemini. Oh, they would despair to hear you
Only
say
in
that.
June.
It'd be sad to hear you say that. I don't understand what's going on. No one does in the end. No one does.
Okay, so it takes a DTS for the movement then?
This one's actually kind of complex. So it's the only thing that you're actually going to have to roll for, but honestly. No, you guys have such progress. No, we're just gonna spend a DTS per. We'll just make it easy. Because you guys have incredible progress machines. The Qigong machine.
Yes, it has been constructed. Notably, my progress has increased my Qigong significantly.
Qigong machine, my friends. Who knew?
I also have a swiftness physical So I have physical Dow of swiftness here as well. So that's nice.
Do I have a swiftness? I
The
don't think
actual
so.
Dow itself?
No, the reinforcements, I think. Or refinements.
The
Physical Dow
refinements.
tier
Okay,
1.
that's a huge difference because if you started practicing the Dow of swiftness, that immediately infringes on your Dow of
Hey,
failure.
I'm just saying what you wrote down. I copy pasted this. Grants limit break and physical Dow.
Oh yeah, that's reinforcement.
Swiftness. Yeah. Physical Dow swiftness.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I've got a weapon skill reinforcement. I didn't even realize. Grants overwhelm if over physical Dow of swiftness.
Mm-hmm.
The game of Overwhelm will be a very important game because Overwhelm, in a nutshell, is your defense is no longer adequate for a bear pass. You must have greater degrees of success on your defense than my attack,
Mm-hmm.
which sucks. Especially if you start leveraging inescapable. It's like, not only do you get a penalty, but you also have to be better than me. Usually this is where you hit and they cry. And where all of this flowing movement kicks in because you've reduced their DOS by a significant amount.
So after this 11 DTS, we should probably rest. I think I can keep going for a while, but I don't think you have 110 fatigue.
But I mean, it shouldn't take that much fatigue. It's only, what, 2 days?
Okay.
My fatigue threshold is 20
Well, 11
times
fatigue
2,
is
40.
3 days plus change. And then 1 DTS to set up, so you're at 12, that's 4 days.
40, 50. Yeah, I have 50 fatigue threshold for myself.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Alright. I need about 2 minutes to eat this burrito that I have made because I am very, very hungry.
Yeah.
For some reason. Yeah. And my new meal prep recipe turned out to be very, very messy.
I see.
But it's the best way to eat it. I'm still listening though.
It's all good. I am just debating on what to do next after we. So when we do this movement, it's another DTS, right?
Yeah. Per move. There's a couple ways to move your body.
Okay.
I'm just kind of crying inside about this this new thing that's happened to my PC.
Yeah, that's really weird.
It's definitely a graphics issue. The question is this a driver problem? Is it a heat problem? Is it just the GPU problem? Got it back in 2021, I think. 22. Just wondering about the warranty.
Hmm.
The 3080 I got was like double the price by the time I got it a year after I ordered it, which I was very disappointed about. But I still craved and got it. But this would really suck if this is the case.
Yep. Hopefully not. Would be a damn shame.
I agree.
Shame would cry. The crying shame.
It's a damn shame.
You're welcome.
All right, that was absolutely invigorating. And do I make good burritos or frickin' what? Tell you, hey, you what?
This is good to hear.
Yeah.
A good burrito is a good burrito.
Yeah. If you're over next time, I'll make you one. If I have the burrito stuff on the meal prep that week. It's a bit messy, but it's pretty good.
Sweet.
Is your monitor issue just over our images, or is it spreading?
Spreading.
Well, that's not good.
You said it was only on one of the monitors, right?
Yeah, it's brought itself over to the other one that from Discord too.
Oh, shoot. If it's a GPU issue, that's unfortunate. Have you tried updating the drivers?
Not yet. I'll do it after this session.
Fair. Since it is still functional.
Yeah. It's just like I would screw up the recording. It's pretty much where all the GPU is going right now. It's just 30% is video encoding, and then the other 30% is just Firefox pretty much right now.
So, movement.
I like movement.
Yes.
Movement.
Movement.
Yeah. I got +1. It's yes. Set up. Uh, hmm. Mhm. That's not how that's spelled. Pomobbed. Nope, those are fluff. There you go. Uh, boo. Where's that? Yeah, to that. Yep. Mhm.
Cool.
But that's spelled. You. +1 for there. Yes, yes. Correct. All right. That is all that is on that particular base forms.
Thank you very much for writing that out for us, Matt.
Roll an agility test. Increase the number of squares. Ooh. Whole lot of attack everybody in a line. Or not necessarily a line, I guess. GTFO isn't a straight line, is it?
No, it's the times 10 your agility bonus in meters.
I think I got
If you
lots
have
of
any flat
agility.
bonuses to movement speed, it also multiplies that by 10, right?
If it affects your agility number, then yes. Otherwise, it's tacked on as flat at the end.
Oh, okay.
After the number. And the fun part is, if you're willing to spend the key, if it fits into a standard action, you can apply those as you hit.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be a standard action. None of this cascade bullshit combo.
Huh. Not yet.
Yeah, not as it is. Duh.
Run by and hit every
I
single
think my
person a
mom
dozen
just
times.
stopped in.
But
I'll
you-
be right back.
But you can spend a narrative point to increase the complexity of your attack. So you could turn it into, instead of a half action, a full action attack somehow.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
What was that, Johnny?
He had to go deal with, I think, Luna or
Oh,
Alien
okay.
or both. Or the Mothman.
Not the Mothman.
Or there's a moose outside, he has to go kung fu. Yep. But usually all of these techniques can be used in tandem with something else, which is the whole point of the base set.
Yep.
Not all of
Good
them have
stuff.
as many moves. Some forms have more moves. Eh. Depends on which one you pick. Some are way more destructive.
Super destructive. Okay. So that's another 5 DTS. So we are at 16 DTS. 17 with a rest. Kind of want to get my watch fixed and working more durably. Was the reason that it wore out the excessive use or the type of use that I was doing with it? Like, could I figure that out with a Sixth Sense or something?
Oh, for the things you just learned?
No. Unrelated to the things we just learned. The Archimedes stopwatch or
Mhm.
timepiece. Was it because I was learning such high level stuff with it that I got worn out, or does it just get worn out from
It gets
excessive
worn out
use?
from repeated use.
Okay. So I'd have to reinforce it some way in order to
The
keep it.
better way to imagine it is a rubber band. You were basically going stretch to maximum capacity, let it go. Stretch to maximum capacity, let it go, and eventually the rubber band wears out.
Okay.
You can also do things to help improve the elasticity. You can also do things to help prevent damage, but usually that's some maintenance built in after a while.
Mhm.
You could probably even upgrade the stopwatch if you knew what you're doing. You'd have to be an artificer. But
Oh well, I make things that are mechanical. I've got 4
usually they
ranks in
explode
cultivator
though.
demolition.
Yeah. I'm gonna blow up time.
You do what? Yes, and leap past it. King
Yep.
of Crimson.
Not good, folks. Not good. Somebody blew up time again. Fuck.
That type of time magic is allowed, I suppose.
The
It's
blowing
not
up
good.
of time magic.
Yes, as long as it's not going back in time.
You'd have to
Not
talk to the
removing.
demolition union.
I'll blow up the demolition union.
Oh, there you go. They'll be
Make a
like,
new union.
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
That's how you petition the demolition union. You blow it up. Team with arrest. So we've done a decent amount of training there. We didn't complete the whole night fighting last time. We got smackledorfed. Probably want to go see what Golden Girl and Shirochi are doing. Or how they're doing. They kind of got emotional damage, I'm assuming. We've only ever seen them out there at night. I don't think we've ever seen them during the day.
Oh, the two homies.
Yeah.
No, they sleep during the day. They do
Oh,
they do
okay.
training on the inside, and then they sleep, and then they come outside.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in no progress or no. They're not in a hurry, particularly to leave Area 1.
I thought
But they're
they'd already
not gonna.
left Area 1 once.
No, they
came
haven't left
back.
yet.
Oh, okay.
They don't really plan on staying in Checkpoint 2, though.
Sure enough. Since that's not
Gone out
where the
into the
type of
forest.
training they want.
Yeah, they've gone out into the forest, just not very far.
Okay.
There's a couple places that they like to go, especially if they just want to take a break. They'll go to a section of the forest called the Spider Forest and watch desperate people try and loot the bodies in the Spider Forest and make bets.
Huh.
Ah, yes, the race.
That's their leisure time.
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Who brought the popcorn? Also, when do you think this guy's gonna die?
Yeah, nobody eats food around there unless you literally have an iron stomach, because when the spiders get somebody, it's pretty ugly. So no one really has an appetite.
Sure enough.
But alcohol, on the other hand, I mean, some people are also like, but the spiders also turn you to goo and then drink you. It's like, it's alcohol. Who cares?
Plan to have Space Wolf alcohol, so if you eat me, then you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at 17 DTS total. If we rest after learning these. This is all that the manual had to offer, right?
I'm okay with resting.
All right. Sleepy time. And then, Law, did you want to continue training, or see if we could drum up some trouble of some variety?
It's a good question. I think we still have. Oh, what? That was a week so far. So I think we still have 3 more weeks until the orrery is back up and running. So I need to figure out a way to assess with the polygons. I was wondering if we could use your station as a way to assess things by getting the vibrations, me hearing.
Well, it
them.
at least assists you at that point.
Hmm.
Be missing out on some things, but
Yeah. I need to talk to Duality about that and figure out a way so that I can assess with the polygons, or find a way to expand my eyes, or I don't know. Right now, at least. I'll figure it out.
Or you could contemplate on the meaning of those polygons. Maybe you don't need to see any differently to assess if you understand what you're seeing.
Yes. I think I just need some practice. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Possibly.
Or we could just continue doing more weapon skill stuff. It's good to be good practice with the sword.
Sure enough.
You wanted to work on more of your parrying. I know there's a new avenue for you, so.
Oh yes, I could work more on that, and Does my master look impatient after waiting for 3 days of me not having done movement mechanics? Doesn't need 3
No.
days. It's like a whole week.
No, they don't. They don't care.
Okay.
It's more of a a choice for you, right? Like they'll go with whatever you want to do. You were the one that wanted to do movement mechanics, right? You wanted a new way to do something, and your master gave you an option, and then you were like, "Let's continue this path," right?
I was trying to learn normal swing, and then I went and described to my master about hearing the sound of swinging a sword correctly. So my master's like, "Oh, I'm actually interested in you for once."
Yeah, something you can do to improve
Yep.
upon that. Yeah.
Here's this to help you learn how to normal swing better. So, could continue that. I'm on what movement mechanic level? Difficulty 2, 230 of 500 progress. And 480 of 10k for my mathematics chant. I get 20 progress per roll, so that'll take a while for that at least. But I don't die while doing this, so this is good. Only take 3 devastating per attempt.
No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. So could continue that, or we could continue attacking each other.
No big deal. NBD.
I haven't actually tried attacking Lar, because... So, Lar, did you want to go on the defensive this time if we did continue this training? See how you can work on your style?
The issue is
Like
that you do you hurt a lot. You hurt more than I hurt. I don't have a way to deal with your devastating is the issue.
Or pure damage?
I mean, I could take pure damage. Like I'll be able to. I have a health pool at least, right? I can.
Oh, that is true. The devastating only applies if I apply sound energy to my attacks.
You have.
Unless
You have.
I have a bunch of felling.
You have weapon skill refinement, so you do devastating on all your attacks.
Oh, right. That is a problem.
For me, at least.
Don't you have swiftness reinforcement?
Yeah, but maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that will do it.
If 2 tiers over the swiftness reinforcement, I have devastating. But I've only got tier 1, so even if you didn't have it, I wouldn't be doing devastating with the weapon skill reinforcement.
Okay. But I still think because we match, I think that's the issue. We both have the same, right? So unless you don't, do you have a swiftness? Do you have a swiftness reinforcement?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, let me read that every time. Grants additional agility bonus for initiative. It's a better reaction, free action. Doesn't really say anything about that.
I think it's just on the weapon skill side of it.
Yeah.
Grants overwhelm if 1 tier over physical Dow swiftness reinforcement. And if 2 tiers over gets devastating, equal to weapon skill bonus. Stacks for each tier above. So against people who do not have swiftness reinforcement, lots of devastating.
Yes. Doesn't help us with the with that though, so that's unfortunate. Want to work on? Yeah.
You could work on using those eyes better, I suppose, while I continued training with my master.
Sure, let's try that. I still have some catalyst.
As you said, you've only got 3 weeks until the ore is back up, but it seems like you're itching to use it once when it comes out.
Yes, well, we're running out of money is the issue.
That is a pretty bad issue. So I suppose we should probably.
With our trash can leak, it's just one of those things for surviving, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose you should definitely figure out how to assess again then.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's you swing your sword, I'll swing my sword. Let's work on that.
You guys
I'm learning how to
just
use
following.
it. How?
You guys just following out set routines where you make sure that each of your swords connect, or are you actually doing sparring?
Oh, I'm doing. We could try a DTS of sparring just to see how that goes. But Lar also needs to learn how to assess again in the orrery with his fancy new eye thingies. As currently he is unable to do so, and we will run out of money and get devoured if we don't
Yeah, that's the issue.
do orrery things.
So Matt, the reason why we're not doing what you just suggested is because Lyron does devastating to its attacks.
Yeah, I mean,
As I was saying, I don't devastating if I don't put sound on things.
Yeah, if he just doesn't put sound on stuff, just don't do mathematic chants, please.
Well, that reduces the physical reinforcements, which would apply a devastating. I realize.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, yeah, no, we should be fine. We should be able to spar. We should be able to spar.
Yeah, because I'm not applying devastating.
And you're also not too over. That's where I missed that. It's the fact that I can do devastating to my hits because from the path of the sword. That's where I was getting things mixed up. All right, we're fine.
Yeah, but you don't apply much devastating.
No, not as much as you can reduce it. So that's fine.
Yep, and I could also. I guess that would be very costly very quickly, just reverse the devastating, which I guess would just be more impervious temporarily. Or not impervious, indomitable. Anyway, we could do a DTS of sparring before...
So, Matt, the sparring, would it be able to work on my weapon skill this way? To improve the characteristic itself?
Yeah. You guys can work on weapon skill. In fact, it's actually much more productive if you practice training weapon skill with another person who's
of course,
also
because
really confident.
It's matched experience, matched.
All right. I will say this though: if you roll a 100, or if Casey rolls a 100, you both lose progress because your weapons basically fall apart, and you both go, "Oh,
man,
oh man."
Well, that gives Lar progress on his.
It gives Lar progress on a different thing, but not the weapon skill.
Yes,
I'm well above my limit for weapon skill, but if you're not, then
no.
Okay, so I'm at 124 of 100. So
I currently have 2 limit breaks for weapon skill, so I can go up to 70.
Okay.
No, wait, I can go up to. The limit is 60. So 70, 80. I can go up to 80.
Are you including the limit breaks for your
Yes. Cultivation tier?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I make those limit breaks because that's pretty much
that's
what they are. Yeah.
Okay. What are we doing for this sparring?
Just a weapon skill test?
Yeah, just weapon skill rolls, Matt.
Yeah, just guys roll weapon skill just to train it.
Hiya!
This is actually the first time I'm actually using normal swing as well.
You don't have to fucking roll in training with normal swing as long as you're just swinging. I mean, fucking normal swing, dude. You're using a pinnacle skill, dude.
Okay, I thought pinnacle skills you had to roll still.
I mean, you're already maxed out.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to. No, you're trying to. Maybe you can work on parry. Try and see if you want to.
Learn that more.
Yeah, learn that more. Because you're trying to do normal parry.
Yep. Oh no.
Uh,
Hold on a
You both
sandwich?
break weapons.
No,
That's
hold
a
on.
tough-
Hold on. This is a toughness test. This is
Oh.
me eating a sandwich. I've choked again on a sandwich.
This sandwich has betrayed you multiple times so far.
Hey, Alar, maybe you should chew next time. I've seen you do this multiple times.
I'm so hungry. Worked so fucking hard this last 3 days. Fuck. Okay. Well, I wanted some progress, but I got progress on my Dow instead. So win lose, I guess. One
Okay.
Marshall
then
Dow
I guess
point
I'll
of
just
failure.
parry. Well, I want to do actual sparring, so it'd only be like 3 parry rolls overall, right? Since I'm on the attack somewhat.
Strike parry. That's a good way to do it.
So I guess my weapon skills automatically succeed. So here's 3 parry.
Nice.
Parry. We can practice like the ripostes and stuff.
Wait.
Parry. Ooh.
I went a little ahead there. We're out of sync.
Parry.
Ah.
Haha!
Using some of your gunk you have in your body. Good job.
So that's a 100, and I'm taking it. And I used a convergence after I had been warned not to use a convergence beforehand.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I suppose is this a luck roll, Matt? One of his gunk explodes.
Man.
Got a bunch of gunk in my luck.
No, just the sword explodes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'd been using a whole bunch of convergences beforehand as well. Is what we were saying. And you were saying that 100s are really bad to roll right now.
Yeah, they're really bad.
So the thing we asked is it a luck roll now to see if his it explodes. Okay, so it's more of just a oh, that's dangerous. Matt's just gonna throw it on you when you least expect it, and it's just like
Yeah.
So there's a so it's a build up, just like you built up that that gunk in the first place.
Blockage, yeah.
Yeah, you have to find a way to gently dislodge that blockage and break it up because it can dislodge as a whole clump.
Mhm.
See, that's the plan. Just weaponize it.
I mean, that's what I was planning to do. Yeah. And then I do a cascade of failure, of critical failure, and then I just make everyone hurt. And I also hurt. It's gonna be great. I'm probably gonna die.
Okay, so sword explodes.
Okay. Oh, Lyron! Everything
Huh.
all right?
Well, that felt very wrong.
Or did
Let's
it feel
not do
right?
that again.
Felt right to me.
No, that was just the very wrong way to do it.
Okay.
So 3 parries. Wait.
1.
Oh,
2,
you're doing some parries, attack. Okay.
3 and
I did
3.
my
That's
3
okay.
parries. Yeah.
But then there's not one extra.
Yes. Here's an extra.
Nice.
Because like I'm fully trained on parry, so it's more just if I get a 1, gets closer to mastery. Parry, parry. Okay.
I think the worst part about this is that like I was gonna get all my progress through that 20 additional screws I did, and then I rolled a 100, so I kind of just lost out on. It's
Yep.
just like 2 progress, 2 progress, 2 progress, 2 progress, 2 progress, 2 progress. So
I quadruple one of your progress bonuses.
sorry, 4 progress, 4 progress, 4 progress.
There we go.
This extra 2 will count. It's true.
Yep. It's double.
Yeah. All right. So there is 1 downtime scene and extra fatigue, or 3, depending on how many it is again. Is it 3 or 1 for the extra downtime scene? Casey?
It's 1. We get
Just
1 extra. Wait. 1 extra action for downtime scene. So
which costs the fatigue, right?
3 fatigue.
3. That's what it was. 3. Yeah. Okay. So there's 3 fatigue gained, and we'll go for the next scene. Same process as before.
Weapon skill parry. Weapon skill parry. I'll just roll my 4d100. Well, I guess it's actually. Wait, I realize I probably didn't get the 100 there because I had advantage, but I didn't roll the advantage, so we'll keep.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 successes. No 7s, no 9s, no 79s. And it's 85. 97. That's a fail. Drops.
Hey, that's a 7 and a 9.
No, it has to be together. It has to be 7, then a 9.
Not 9 and 7.
No. It's not flipped. If I roll a literal 7 or a literal 9, that's when I roll a d10.
Okay.
So another 2 downtime scenes. You don't need to rest, right? I'm guessing. On to the next one.
Chugga. Pop, 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 pop.
No one still. Just need a 1 so I can get my parry mastery. Am I progressing anything here at this point? Because I don't have.
Wouldn't it be progress towards something similar or on the ends kind of deal? Isn't it at like since you can't earn progress and it's kind of capped? Would that go towards something else, or would it?
Sure. Yeah, you can train a different physical stat because your weapon skill is high enough. You can lean into your strength or how fast you are, or you can just be hit a couple times and work on your toughness.
My toughness is maxed. I guess I'll be working on strength with these rolls.
Okay.
So I lost progress from the 100, but I gained progress from all the others. Okay. Strength is 90. I get.
All right. New day. I'm gonna eat a sandwich because I'm fucking hungry.
I get 17 progress per success. So that's
24.
That's 10 successes basically with the minus to the failure.
26. That's a little
10
bit.
times 18. $180, and then currently I'm at 58 strength, so that takes 6 per, so minus 12. which gives another key. No, I'm no longer at 69 key. I'm at 70.
Nice.
Less nice.
So that was 25 successes, 3 successes.
70.
Successes 4.
Mm, 80. I'm at 82 strength, somehow with 0 additional issues. Okay. And then, oh hey, you succeeded with the toughness.
I did. I got 96 progress for this next one.
Okay. I'll continue my 8D100. Still no ones. So close.
Doing math. Okay, so I'm at 60 weapon skill. So I'm going to do a weapon skill test. Okay. I'm gonna...
Okay, we're at 90 strength.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's going to turn into...
I don't think there's any way I could argue ballistic skill training with swinging a sword. Unless I'm messing up really bad.
30. $14 left over. 10.
73 max key though.
I'm at 70 right now. Up to 80.
I can get 4 more agility.
$44. Cancels that out. 14 plus 96. It's 110. 110 minus 70. There's 40 left. Okay. Slash R. 60, 100. 70.
Look at you guys get your gains on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Take those 2, 4.
Got trained for that tournament. And then I think I don't know how much more weapon skill you need.
I'm very close. So with those 4 successes, that is just 4. I'm like 36 more progress away from getting my 80 weapon skill.
I can provide you with more bonuses to progress if you have Montage Zealot by applying a negative to your
Oh yes. Yes.
roll.
Oh, yes, very nice. Much wow.
I
So-
can do that. I can accept that. I do have montage zealot.
I don't know how survivable that is.
I mean, do I
think it
take
can limit
damage?
the damage. Do you take damage? Do you have above low grade armor? Probably, actually, I suppose. Is it like mid grade armor that Cooney gave? Or is it low grade?
I mean, it doesn't say the grade on it is the issue. So Cooney.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering from Matt.
I don't think she would give me low grade armor. Kinetic resistance to flowing winds armor, 50 to all locations, impenetrable 20, dodge plus 30, fellowship plus 10, a blade of plenty 20. That doesn't seem like something she would give me. It's probably above low grade. Matt,
Low grade. What?
is my armor that Kunimitara gave me, forged me, is it low grade or medium grade?
It's low grade, so.
So
for
yes,
a
I would
couple-
vary deal damage to you.
Yeah. They gave it to you for a couple reasons. The first one is it's high quality, but it's not something somebody would go out of the way to kill you for.
Mhm.
Because if they gave you like a high grade something, those are so rare on the first zone that
Yeah.
martial
Oh.
masters will try and go after you for it.
We're fine. And that's
Yeah.
completely fair. I wasn't expecting anything crazy. I just wanted to know, would we do damage or not? So,
Yeah. Also, if it breaks, they can always get you another one.
Sure. Yeah, they can always, because she made it herself, right? So,
Mhm. Yeah,
cool,
she's
cool.
not a master metal worker yet, or at least not by her clan standards.
Let's see how much damage I would do. Give me a second. Because it's pure damage per hit.
Mhm.
That's a lot of damage.
It is. So
Why are you guys hitting each other so hard?
roll.
What if I made shielding, though, is the thing?
Yeah, shielding blocks a whole bunch of stuff.
Does it block pure damage, though?
You'd
Well,
hit
it's like
that
an
first
extra
round.
health. It's like an extra health bar.
Yeah.
Pure damage does hit shields, yeah, but felling and devastating don't.
Rapier does a D12. D12. Can I?
I guess the question is, Matt, does the pure damage go through shields first and then hit health bar? Then go through armor and toughness?
Yep. So it hits the shield like if it was its own health bar,
Yes.
and then any overflow then bypasses shields and armor, or
Gotcha.
soak in armor and hits your health bar directly.
Yeah. So I think we should be okay. Like, I can make a shit ton of shielding.
Let's see how much a shit ton is real quick. 19 plus. Well, the felling doesn't apply if it doesn't get through the shielding, so we'll see there in a second. Does it function like that? Can I use parentheses in rolls? Let's find out. Where is? It's down here. Yeah. Haven't used this in a sec. Times 5. Yeah, and I impose a minus 100 penalty to dodge or parry, which is a
Nice.
plus 40 progress. 385 damage on average for a hit.
That's pretty fun.
For pure damage? Okay. And then some felling. But
So, let's just say I do it like this. I will do a weapon skill test, and I'll spend key on it to give it a plus
Right.
5 each time. Let's just say I do. I give myself a plus 25 for a spend 5 key.
okay.
With that 5 key, each instance is a plus 1 temp health, which comes from the the thing in the key usage, right? It's the rotating key choice, right? So each one of that 5 key is going to be plus 5 or temp health each time for the key usage, and then each key or temp health is going to turn into 1 shield equals 1 shield plus 80.
Oh,
So
okay.
80 slash R 8 times 5 is 335, right?
Yeah, 3d5 is.
So I'd be tanking 350 shield. And that's just from using that key. But I also, every time I use a key myself, I gain a temp health, which is different because it's the total temp health. In that case, I would add another 80 on top of it, and I would completely negate any damage from the 380 average.
Cool. Can you pass the test with a negative 100?
With a negative 100. I'm doing weapon skill tests here, I suppose.
It'd be parry. So impose a negative 100 to dodge or parry. Which, does that get negated? Hold on.
Inescapable bypass?
It isn't inescapable, I suppose, is it?
Yeah, I don't think it would be.
Guess we're just seeing if this is a viable way to give you plus 40 progress.
Like, just for the one, right? I just need a few more. It's not even that
Well,
big.
actually,
Like,
you can, in fact, just spend a bunch of key to get a big bonus.
true.
On the
Like, and
parry.
that would also give me my shielding, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm adding that plus 25 on, and I can just do. I have 210 key, so
Yeah, just spend it on parries.
yeah,
Okay.
I think we'll be
Well, I
fine.
can get your weapon skill up in like 2 rolls at that point.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I just need that 40 to get to 80. So
Okay. So just one of those is enough.
and you're giving me how much negative progress?
I'm not giving you negative progress. I'm giving you a negative 100
what's
penalty.
just so they're just minus 10, right? And this is a new downtime scene for our last one, and then I'll times that by 4, which should give me the 40.
Yep. Cool.
Easy. I'm at 80.
So you're
Right,
about your weapon skill, which is
What's-
more than enough. Oh wait, I guess I also add my DOS and damage as well again.
Oh yeah.
That's at the
I
end
guess-
though.
How
So
much,
that's
how
just
much
gonna
DOS are you doing? I guess is the question.
be my attack. I'll just do like a weapon skill roll because I'm not gonna use any bonuses to weapon skill. I don't think so.
It depends on your close range stuff, right? I guess that's one thing. But we're just doing weapon skill to train there.
Yeah,
So
the melee. So 8 more damage. It isn't
Sorry.
multiplied. at the
it's
end.
10 damage actually more. But
Oh,
that's
10
fine.
damage more. Okay. Yeah, that
Because
doesn't change
I'm
anything.
leader. I'm giving you an extra degree of success.
Yep.
Hit me harder, Lyron. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Good job.
Cool.
So
I
max
knew
on there.
montage zealot would help.
Maxed on weapon skill, maxed on strength, maxed on toughness, maxed on agility, maxed on intelligence.
I'm 3 away from maxed on agility, which I probably get from doing the rest of this DTS with you anyway. Because that's 17 progress per. Yeah, that's enough. So I'll be at 100 agility, which gives me a few more key.
Nice.
One more is like a few, right?
So on bodily functions here, more the fact of being able to take more damage from our swings and everything. You've found a new way to do it with your energy control. I'm at a very small pace compared to you and Chung Po. I wonder how I'm going to be able to up those numbers up. Wonder how I'm going to do that.
I don't know. You seem to take that hit pretty well, and that looked pretty devastating. Well,
the issue
not literally devastating.
Is that I'm taking damage every day, and I'm trying to get that number so I can take more damage. Because, Lion, at the end of the day, we're going to get to a point where we need to have more health.
Oh, I
to
think we got
survive.
the last place we went. That Bullet Hell Mountain. Uh, sure tested our ability to take damage. Well, if we were to get hit.
Sure
I saw
tested
what
our
happened to some of
ability
those things.
to not take damage, but the issue is taking damage is what we need to be able to survive. Because there's going to be the lightning strikes from the tribulation that are going to be a lot more, especially
Oh,
after
that is
Black Gold.
very true.
With the amount of devastating, which can be
I was
negated
like,
by
I'm
treasures.
Yeah, he just stands there. Oh darn, I took a percentage of my health from that tribulation.
So I'm trying to figure out ways we can increase that, and I don't know if V has a better way to increase it besides turning into a robot. Maybe there's some elixirs of some kind that can increase our
I've been
health.
reinforcing my toughness, and that seems to be quite helpful in
But you used the
keeping me from dying.
convergences to do that, didn't you?
Oh, I did, but I mean, there's other ways to do it, I would assume.
The question is how. What are these other ways? I tried to get I'm sure there's a body tempering technique. I bet there's some body tempering that we could do.
I'd ask my master, but I'm sure that they would just tell me to get a robot body and not worry about
That's
it.
what I was saying. Yes. Doesn't help me though. Oh, Lyron, I was over at the dark side of the moon the other day. I don't know if I got to tell you about that, but I was dodging asteroids and getting hit by asteroids. Duality is it's quite good on that side. He smiles.
And hitting you with asteroids?
Yes, that's.
Oh. Well, that sounds painful.
Yes, but good on improving the body. I also realize that you can get lost in the dark there. And also realize that my shadow is more of a shadow now that I've been over there.
So, what were you planning on doing now that you've trained up your physical abilities to what I can see is currently your limit to figure out how to assess again?
It's a good question. I have no idea. Could use tools. I could improve my Eye of the Sava. Have a perception catalyst. And I can now hear better. Use echolocation the same way you do.
Oh, well, I find that to be rather useful.
Yes.
But I've got two
Okay.
perception catalysts.
Oh, you have
Reinforcement
two.
of
Nice.
perception. Yeah. Probably be good. Perhaps I could ask my master how to utilize those.
That's a good idea.
If the map is to believe, Master's just behind you as we're talking this whole time.
Oh, hi, V.
Oh, Master. Am I aware that I have these perception catalysts, Matt?
Matthew?
Roll awareness, I guess.
I need to roll an awareness for Matt to come back. Your mic has died, sir.
Very dead. Such
You are
death,
here,
wow.
but not.
I am here. Click me.
It shouldn't be dead.
You're good
I can hear
now. Yay.
Okay. No, catalyst and things that you like have ahead of time before the actual point where you're going to need them. They feel as if you've discovered something, or you're on the cusp of something, or you have like this nagging sensation, and you just
Almost
need
learned something, or almost solidified a thing.
Yeah, and it's this. You have a feeling that if you learn the right thing, you'll be able to put that insight to actualize growth. But it's more of an instinct.
Okay. So there isn't a. I'm not like, hey, look, I've got this thing right here.
So is it more we need to find the opportunities to unlock or to
Yeah. So
put
whenever
them
you gain
together?
a catalyst or a material,
Yeah.
for a training, that will get you over the blockages or the toll gates, so to speak. You feel like you have some sort of like incomplete attainment. It's there, but you're like, something's interesting. You're missing something.
It's the experience. That's what we're missing. Now, where do we go to find experiences besides getting ourselves? Well, I guess we could go find them on the light or dark side of the moon, or we could do something with V. Probably not the best time to go to the swamp.
Master, my Dao companion's eyes, as you could probably see, are not quite the same as beforehand. He's trying to figure out how to, I guess, see again with them. Am I getting that right?
Mostly, I'm just trying to figure out how to assess again. That's I'm at the start again, but a new way. And I feel like duality is definitely going to be the one to help with this, because it's not related to cultivation per se. It's related to perception.
Yes, but the eyes.
You'll need a neural link helmet,
Oh yes.
and then use the ship's camera sensors.
Well, that's what I was trying to think. I was saying to Lyron that we could use his part of the ship that uses the communication aspect for gaining the vibrations of the sound and whatnot. But a new link, eh?
Something
And we
that
could-
bypasses the normal sensory organs of the biological body. Unfortunately, your sight organs are damaged beyond repair, and if you were to replace them, they would be damaged again.
Which is why I was thinking of using my other senses, but you're saying bypass them completely by using a tool.
Correct.
Yeah.
You use a tool and bypass your senses suite completely. The infection of the paracausal condition you have accumulated could be bypassed in a loophole.
I feel like I'd be missing out if I didn't utilize.
Your assessments, then, will be completely different than ever before. You'll have to assess in a new manner, then, if you don't wish to use this loophole.
Yes. I feel like I'll need duality's help for that. She was the one who taught me in the first place.
I will not remark on your training or the training techniques of your master.
I appreciate that, Vicarious. Well, Iron, if you wish to join me on the orrery, you are welcome anytime, as you are a member and can teleport in whenever. Quite convenient, these little paths of fate.
Oh, yes.
So if you wanted to work on building up your communication station, you could do that with some stardust. I am going to see what I can do with my station, or just from duality's help. We'll see what I can do. All right,
Sure enough.
see you soon.
Oh, of course. It's 2 weeks now, ish, until the orrery's back up.
That was only. It should be.
That was
like,
only a day, so
Yeah,
still
it
3
should be
weeks
like
or
2
2
weeks
weeks
and a
and
bit.
5 days.
Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks, 5 days. We'll go with that.
Okay. Well then, Master, now that I'm done sparring with Lar, I would like to continue learning these movement mechanics. So I'll make some 50-50 rolls. How many DTS do you plan on doing? Oh, actually, I guess I don't know what you plan on doing yet, Lar. So
We can talk. Don't forget, like, we have the communication tools. I say
Right.
I'm going to spend 2 weeks at least working on this problem.
okay. Then I'll spend 2 weeks learning movement mechanics. Let me make my giant roll and start counting while you do other stuff.
Nice.
I can't just do less than 50. We have successfully determined, unfortunately. Be cool if there was like a macro that didn't flood the chat log with rolls if we did it that way. So I have to rest if it's 2 weeks. I'm getting a fatigue. How much fatigue am I getting per DTS? From practicing the movement mechanics with the mathematics, Matt?
Oh, the fatigue with the mathematics.
Yeah.
What chant level are you going up to?
This is mathematic chant 4.
Oh no.
Yeah.
5 fatigue per.
5
roll.
fatigue per. Okay.
Plus 1 per level.
Oh, per roll? Okay.
Yeah, it's per roll.
I have to
Because your
rest.
body is not built for mathematics.
Okay.
We got that Testimonian battery to help with.
Yeah,
fatigue,
so I
least.
can at least do 3 DTS, and then I have to wait. Hold on. Yeah, I can do 3 DTS, and then I have to sleep.
Yeah. The V does come up with a particular plan. While you do have to go into the swamp, the fact that you are learning mathematics and movement mechanics successfully, change of plans.
As
The
I'm
only
doing
way-
it, or
Yeah, well, as you're doing your exercises, they're kind of
pondering.
Yeah. Your demon beast will be very important. In fact, there are 4 types of beast cores that you can acquire. First is a demon beast. They have wild and chaotic energies. They can bring out significant levels of power. And the more injured they usually are, the more ferocious they become. Their keynote energy type is destruction. So usually individuals who absorb demon beast cores have significant defense destroying capabilities.
Okay.
There is also the paradoxical counter one. So if you find a demon beast core of like a turtle, they're resistant to destruction. You have your mystical beast cores, which are all about fantasia, about magic, about mystery. They have the widest range of what they can do, but usually the less understanding a person has, or if they understand something a little too much, there's this wonderful like ability to confuse your opponent. Usually rule breakers. It's kind of what it falls into. The third is heavenly beasts. They usually have extremely pure and powerful energy. They're usually about a single aspect or a single flow. A lot of cases, picking a heavenly beast core is extremely important if you're going to go down that path. Mostly because if you pick one that has nothing to do with what you're practicing, Not only does it not do anything for you, but it also can bring you harm. The last one is mythical beasts, basically creatures that have a story. Finding one, don't worry about it. If you find a mythical beast or mythical beast core, they're so difficult to deal with anyways, as you have well seen. Because you have one following you around.
Oh, that's a mythical beast.
Correct. They require a very strict set of myth-based events and circumstances for them to improve themselves. Whereas other beasts can grow erratically or continuously, mythical beasts jump in tiers. They jump whole tiers upwards as they go. But each one is more difficult than the rest, and the conditions to do so are frankly unfair. But what they get at each tier, even starting out, is well above par, as you have experienced.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of subclasses, but those are the 4 major classes. There is a strange 5th class, but it's best to describe them as subclasses. Something that doesn't fit the paradigm. We're going to need something that makes you, frankly, just more durable. Because if you want to continue to learn movement mechanics and the mythmatic hymns, you're not durable enough. And you don't want to become a robot, so we need to find something, if you want to continue learning them, to take the place of a body. We're also going to need to get body refinement techniques, and we're going to have to learn a bone hardening technique.
Is this at the end of my training that we're having this conversation for the 2 weeks? Okay.
So they basically done a long-term analysis. They're like, yeah, you're probably never going to take the path that I want you to take, because that would be the easiest. So I suppose we'll have to come up with one for you.
2 ones.
So V has just analyzed your path forward and what you're going to need to do if you want to continue training this stuff. You don't even need a tier 11. You just need the correct ones. If you have to piecemeal 10 stars together out of a bunch of smaller creatures that give you like one thing here and one thing there, then that is more appropriate. In fact, we can make a chimeric beast if we find a chimeric alchemist. Basically, what they can do is they can take parts of beast cores and turn them into a single beast core. It's called a chimera because it's just different parts of different monsters.
But Master, didn't you say that in order, one of my objectives in this zone was to get a tier 11 spirit beast?
That was to basically make you fail.
Oh, so you're trying to get out of the whole thing at first.
Well, you're not a waste of time anymore. You're actually accomplishing things that makes you not talentless. We had made an original arrangement. If you fail to do as I ask you, then you either die or I leave. But you're actually starting to learn things that are the equivalent of those who actually have talent and worth are capable of learning. Because otherwise, learning all of the most inefficient biological detritus and dross of of the people on the path, I have to unteach you all of those things by the time we're learning something actually worth learning. But you've already started. So, and I didn't even prompt you. So I suppose you have some talent and maybe a smidgen of genius, which might be worth training. So, to make less work for myself and make the whole process significantly more efficient, we're going to do this right.
$97. Oh my god.
Yeah, so instead of your death, they're like, we need the right creature.
So kind.
Oh, okay. 4, 105, 6, 7, 108, 9. There's so many. Why is there no better way to do this? That sounds like an excellent idea, Master. So, shall I go fetch Lar after this
No.
2-week period? Oh,
Do research first about what type of creatures would increase your ability to endure. That is your primary. Your secondary will be the ability to contort your body in ways that you shouldn't be able to. The third one is being able to use your mind more like a computer's. Something that allows for either faster thinking, parallel thinking, or the ability to conduct your body in chorus. Basically command a selection of things at the same time and assign duties to parts of your mind for them to execute like a program. So we need these 3 things if you're going to get any further: durability, flexibility, beyond human flexibility, and beyond human ability to think.
there's the progress. Hoy.
Jump.
Yeah. It is slowing down significantly, so, like, excellent point on the, $1,060. I'm actually getting close to the 4th mathematics chant completion, but it's 250 each time that these are completing. I suppose I'll begin research. So, something that makes my body more durable and my mind function more like a computer.
You'll need to find a beast.
I suppose I could ask Lorekeeper where to start looking, though
If you
they
wish.
usually deal in secrets.
Yes, those would be secrets. You would need secrets of your own to trade.
Yes. One of the major secrets I have is not permitted for me to speak.
Correct. A shame, really.
Well, suppose I could also check out the library and checkpoint 1. I don't know if I'll find anything, but we'll see. While I'm calculating this, we can move over to Lar.
All right.
All right. Reality. I'm here to be a student again. As in, I need to learn how to assess again with my new eyeballs.
You need new eyeballs?
I don't think so. Well, I either need another eyeball, which is improving my eye of the Sava, or I need to utilize my current eyeballs and figure out how to assess with polygons.
No,
And-
let's do that.
Yeah. The other option is summoning someone who already does this kind of thing with polygons.
No one that I know of does this thing with polygons.
That's fair. That's fair. So,
Doesn't mean they don't exist. I just don't know them.
yeah. Trying to think of a good celestial call to make for that kind of thing. But one of the things that was mentioned by Vicarious is having some type of device to bypass the eyeballs. But I want to incorporate the prisms and the truths of the Dharma into what I see, because I feel like I will get more out of that than just relying on the other senses. One thing I've learned to do is echolocate, but that is just utilizing my ears on my other senses. And I was thinking, what a good way to incorporate multiple different senses to when doing assessing. But how should I start this duality? Should I just do how we did before and begin?
Let's use your peepers to stare at stuff.
Yes. Should we go to the observatory and look through the eyeglasses?
Not safe.
Not safe. Let's see.
Just because you've stared at stuff before doesn't mean it's safe to stare at it now.
Fair enough.
Because you see things that you probably shouldn't now that you couldn't before. Yes.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah. Let's stare at objects that don't have personal feelings about being stared at that closely.
I
Like this
appreciate
rock I
that
found.
duality. Ooh. I look at the rock.
It definitely is one of the asteroids that were thrown at you earlier.
Aha! I remember that one. It's quite fondly.
Yeah.
Right. I will attempt to assess the rock.
All right.
See polygons.
You see polygons. Oh my god, the man polygons are crazy.
Yeah.
It's less that you can't find individual detail. It's more about scope now.
Hey.
That's what's difficult.
Hmm.
Used to be able to take in scope as an asset. And details were the hard thing to find. Now everything's reversed and inverted.
It's almost like I need to dial in, like, almost like a camera lens with my eyeballs now.
Well, that makes looking at large celestial bodies very tedious because you have to zoom in.
Yeah, because the idea is to, get as much information as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe it's almost like a reference point kind of thing where I have to figure out different.
Find out how you want to go about it.
Yeah. But what I'll try to do here is I will look at it with one eye, look at it with another eye, and then look at it with my ears. once I have 3 points of reference, I'll try to overlay them like a picture and see what I can assess that from that. But yeah, it's almost like I need to start from the ground up again. Like learning my celestial objects, but this time as prisms instead.
Fortunately, this rock doesn't have any prisms outside of the norm, so
Right.
it's just mass of prisms and density of prisms. But they're all the same that you could tell. But getting the full scope of all the prisms in one giant look just makes it look like a bunch of large prisms together. Then when you get close, they dissemble into a bunch of small prisms again. You're like, oh, fuck. Why does it switch like that?
I feel like I need to utilize light to pass through my eyes to give me a different kind of picture here. What if I could do that? Can I use my... Can I use... my... Not mana rich. Magic prodigy. I'm trying to learn new magic, roll intelligence, yada yada. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to utilize my flame. I want to create a new flame skill that I can almost like put in the back of my eyes, which can then pass light through them, through the flame? Or do I need to actually get the fusion of light to kind of do that kind of thing that I'm thinking of here? I want fusion light. I was just thinking I could. What came to mind is the light going through a prism, like fucking Nirvana. Isn't that the album where it has a like the prism with the light, the rainbow?
No,
I thought that was Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah.
Oh,
That's not
yeah.
Nirvana.
Never. Yeah.
That's
Isn't that Pink Floyd?
Well, it is
Yeah,
Pink Floyd. Yeah. It is Pink Floyd. Yeah. You can tell how much I know. But okay. So yeah. Anyway, for Dark Side of the Moon, I was thinking of that. That picture where you have light going through a prism, and then it shows all the other types of light. And that's the kind of one way I view my prismatic eye is a way to see. And if I use a light source that passes through my prism, like on the other side of my eye, instead of the one that's coming into my eye, I'm using the opposite side to kind of look at it that way. And I'm trying to think of a way I could use Magic Prodigy to make a new magic type with my fire to kind of focus that light. But the thing is, can I do it with fire, or do I need to get the elemental fusion light in order to do that kind of stuff?
Light looks different to you. It's like you have to really zoom in, and then it's just really small prisms, and you're like, "Oh, this is my life now."
Mm-hmm.
But energy has a different shape.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of
than
different
math.
shapes, right? Yeah, there's lots of.
Well, these ones stand out way more,
Mhm.
especially light. Light has a very distinct shape, and they have different colors and slightly different shapes for the different bands of light, which you can see all the bands of light if you zoom in,
Yeah.
which is really weird. And we're not just talking visible spectrum, we're talking UV spectrum, infrared, radio wave.
Yeah.
Like, if you really zoom in, you can even look at cell phone transmissions.
Different wavelengths. Yeah.
Yeah. But it seems like the eyes are connected in a way to your spirit and your mind in such a way that you can't see all of it at once. And something's protecting your brain from overload. Because if you saw everything all the time, all at once, regardless of scope, you would go back to that moment where your eyes broke in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is why I brought up the like the picture thing. It's like you
Yeah.
put layers on. So in other words, I take a photograph with my eye,
Yeah.
and I take a photograph with my other eye, and then but it's like a photograph. I'm not saying it is a photograph. I'm saying I utilize that as a layer, and then I put the layers on top of each other to make the idea, the concept, or the assess in this case. But
Up to you.
if I mean, can I try that though? Like, would that just? I want to. I just want to assess with one eye, and then assess with the other eye, and then assess with uh, my echolocation to see if I can just try to get different
Sure.
vantage points, and then I do like on a map where I connect the three dots to kind of get a reference location.
Yeah. Well, by doing 3 dots, you would then look at it with all of your senses.
Yeah, and then
Because you actually have more combinations than that. You have left eye only, right eye only.
that's what I was saying.
You have hearing only. Then you have
Yeah.
left eye and hearing, right eye and hearing, left eye, right eye, no hearing, and then all three.
Three. Yeah, yeah.
So you
So,
can lay tons of images on itself. I think it's like 9.
That'd be convenient if it was 9. Or 3 by 3 by 3. So I guess by doing that, I'm taking more action economy to do it. So it would take more turns while assessing. I mean, I guess that could be an issue. But let's do that. So I'm going to take. Would it be a downtime action each for each type of sense, or the combination of? So
A downtime action, yeah.
So 3 for 3. And then 2 of 3. Then 1 of 3. 4, 1. It's probably going to be the easiest way. So let me finish writing this. A equals left. E equals right. C equals our hearing. And if I check out these bad boys, right eye, Armidian, and left eye is thermic. C is so 3 ABC 2 1 C to DC to AC.
Such type.
No, right? I think that's everything. Because you got AB and then BC and then AC and then you have then C two. No, I think that's everything, honestly. So using all three is ABC, and then using just two, AB, and then BC, and then AC, and then just one of each. So it should be 7. So 7 BTA used on this rock.
Seven of 42. 7 of like 200 something. Never mind. Hold on. You got 42 DTS total
Mhm.
behind. So 7 DTA is 1 DTS if you're using 3 fatigue.
It wouldn't be. It's gonna be
Training with
one
you. Yeah, yeah.
DTS and then one because I'm not training with you in this case. I'm training
That's true.
up above.
Up above.
Above. So 42, 7 times 6. So this is 2 weeks worth, right? So 7. Let me take out the Excel thing because that's going to be my easiest way to do it, honestly. So 7 sum 7 I really don't know what I'm trying to do anymore with this math. But like I will do 7. If I do one object, it's 7 DTS, and I can do like that 14 times easy within the 252 downtime.
It's been
So, like,
2 weeks staring at rocks.
Right? I can do I can stare at the rocks, and then we can try other things. But we'll do, we'll do a lot of that.
Stares at the sun for 6 hours straight.
He can, and it doesn't harm him.
Yep.
He's got crystal eyeballs. His eyeballs don't even burn out. You don't get black spots. You just see more prisms and triangles,
Mhm.
polygons.
And for each day, I'll use my Eye of the Saba to try and learn more with using all three. I guess so. I'd open that in a sense.
Makes a sense, so.
Yeah, so enhancing eye power in this case. Cool.
You get a really, really solid cross section of the one snapshot that you get.
Okay.
So it really comes down to what your eyeball vision, can see.
Mhm.
There is a certain distance factor. So for the asteroid, it's got 3 tiers of detail.
Okay.
You have the super zoomed in, which requires you to be within like touching distance, but you get the smallest snapshot, but the highest level of detail. You've got the second tier, which is you get a good snapshot of a chunk, like a sector, but you don't have as much detail, but it's enough. And then you have full scope, which is just large polygons, and basically everything, all the smaller ones, kind of form into one large one, and determine the large one's behavior, depending on the parts of the small. So it's kind of like looking at the molecular parts of a car engine.
Yeah.
And then you look at the engine parts itself and all of the different groupings of parts, and then your final vision is just looking at the car.
Yeah, different perspectives of it all.
Yeah. The larger the object you're looking at, the more tiers of that there are.
I see.
So if you're looking at a whole planet from orbit, there's like 17 tiers of zoom in. But you notice that the rock you can basically understand the basis of each major polygon by understanding what's in each smaller polygon. So if you see a large polygon that you already know, then you already know what the small ones inside are doing.
You know what I need to do? I need to get good at math.
Yeah. You also
Then I
need a
could
large
do
catalog.
Yeah, I if I had good math or a computer of some kind to just need a supercomputer where I can put in those permutations, derive, and what's the other one? It's not inverse. It's oh, math. Why are you 10 years ago? I knew you. Derivatives and moving up from, so I can either go down or I can go up. But if I know, it's almost like formulas of the polygons. But should I even look at it like that? Is that more of a Deva thing to do? Just got to keep trying. Also need to spend some merit. It's probably help. Spend it into my X site. Okay. Well, I practiced for 2 weeks, figuring that out. And then Lyra and I meet back up.
So we're at 5 days left until the orrery is complete.
Correct.
Oh, hey, Law. My master was just saying that they would recommend getting some spirit or demon beasts. Don't we have
Sounds
a couple
like-
of cores? Or did we
We
sell
do.
those?
No, we still have them. That was the one thing we kept because those were the bigger items in case someone wanted. To my knowledge, we have the 1,000 Tentor poison one. We have the one about action economy. One versus all kind of thing.
Oh, the paradox thing?
Yeah. Oh no, and the paradox one from that Junpo has.
No,
inverse
that's the invert. Oh, I thought that was the. I guess that's the initiative one, isn't it?
Yeah, the initiative one versus all is what I was talking about. And then
Yep.
we have the paradox one where the more negatives you have, you need to fail in order to win kind of deal.
Yep.
So we have 3, to my knowledge.
I need ones that boost my physical form and intellect. Something that could make me into like a supercomputer or something.
Oh, I was just thinking I need a supercomputer myself. Yeah.
Oh well.
It's these polygons. I'm trying to assess, right, and I'm using different senses to get different layers on things, but looking at from a very large distance is the issue here.
Oh sure.
Which is where I was thinking utilizing our stations better in a way to gather more information, especially yours, the communication side with vibrations and different wavelengths and things. It's definitely going to be useful with the new echolocation I can do.
Oh yes, I find it to be quite handy myself.
But you said you wanted to do something. Get some spirit beasts.
Yes. Well, research them to figure out what I
research.
need.
Yes, of course. It's always good to be prepared before you get yourself into a fight.
Yes, it is. So I think probably a good idea to figure out a place where we can research that. Library might be a good place to start. So, I mean, I don't know what you're trying to figure out, but if you want to help me research some demon beasts that could help increase my intellect and toughness, that might help with your needing of a computer.
Know who has the best information about this that you remember?
The person in the night market.
Yeah, the butcher.
Mm-hmm. Which
I'm not ready to go see the butcher yet. But we could, if you want to, Lyron, spend some money. I was going to help good old Luna with her next tribulation next time I go, but unfortunately I need more health in order to deal with that kind of thing.
Oh, sure.
Bet I could get some elixirs of some kind to increase it, though.
Yes, you could, but wait, weren't you perfectly capable of doing silver to gold?
Oh yes, I was until I took 100,000 damage.
Oh.
He's taking
that
that
is
over
an
the
issue.
course of several days.
Yep.
And not several days, several probably months or years if I don't increase my health.
But if you did another tribulation, you'd take it all at once, is the idea?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Body tempering techniques doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Honestly, some body tempering techniques would be great.
Oh yes, I suppose that was the other thing. Master, do you know of
Yes.
any body tempering techniques that we can?
No, because they're literally useless and futile within Arthek.
Oh
They
yeah.
give you a perfect body to begin with.
I'm
But it
still
wouldn't
considering
be-
that offer, by the way, but I need more time to think on that.
It wouldn't be too difficult to build one for you.
Oh,
The human body may be complex on the outside and maybe a bit on the inside, but it's easy to modify.
well, there you go, La.
Huh. Easy to modify. Eh?
Correct. It is very easy to modify. Especially one that has no prior modifications of any significance.
Oh, certainly.
As they point at Poe, who's like, I am tree! That is heavily modified.
Science! Keyboard appears, starts slamming his cardboard head against it.
John Poe, the
Science.
science guy.
I'm helping.
He's got moo juice literally taped to the cardboard.
Oh yeah.
I can see what you mean by modified.
Correct.
All right, Lyron, can you do this too, or is your body modified as well?
Oh, I mean, it's been changed a bit. I don't have blood anymore.
That makes it easier to modify. Blood is messy. Inefficient.
There you go. Also, the energy circuits that you spoke of a while ago, is it a more apt time to start working on that, considering, well, I guess I kind of have that now. Just, it's my
Correct.
circulatory system.
Correct. You have a circulatory energy system. Your circuits are already input. So you don't have to build them anymore. Congratulations.
Well, that was mighty convenient.
Correct. This is why you're not a complete disappointment. Harsh, but true.
I take that as a compliment. As was half intended.
Yep. You know the funny part? Your master could come up with some new stuff, but you can also search the market for what is.
Already out there, sure.
Yeah.
No, do you want to go to the night market and see if we can find documents on body refinement as well?
Sure. We do have one more key.
We do, and I also do need to see if that artificer can repair this stopwatch.
Oh, that's a good idea. I need to speak to the artificer as well.
So they stopped before it actually got damaged. Like, it's still functioning fully, it's just worn out now a bit.
Rubber band has been stretched, is what I remember.
Yes. It is
More
on
stretching.
the verge of
Yes.
becoming damaged.
Anymore. No. No.
Yes?
Talking to Luna, she wants to go on the exercise.
The exercise, of course.
Something
Okay,
to
well. Is there anything else we're looking for at the night market? Perhaps we should compile something so that we don't have to find another token later. Make it all one trip.
Yeah. Sure.
So we need manuals on refinement, which are probably going to be quite pricey, I would assume. We're going to need, well, I need to repair the stopwatch. Maybe some information on demon beasts.
Yes, and Yes, the butcher would be the best one for that, for sure.
Yes, but from my understanding, when both you and Poe talk to them, there must be a transaction every time you enter.
Yes, so you need to buy something in this case.
Information.
You can't just go and say, "Hey, how you doing?" kind of thing. You need to go in, have the discussion, have a price, have a transaction.
Okay. A lot of information that we're looking for. Is there any, I don't know, gear that we're looking for?
I'm looking for a new sword, I suppose.
Oh, right. You broke your
Something
previous.
more durable. That would be convenient.
Maybe some repairs to your previous one, or
Oh no, there's
Are you
no
gonna wait
repairing that one.
oh, that is unfortunate. It was
That
a
was the
cool
first
sword.
one I broke. Shattered. It's the correct term.
Hmm. Okay, so we want demon beasts, body refinement manuals / elixirs or pills
Mhm.
/ materials.
Mhm.
Pocket watch repair. New sword.
Kirby.
I guess my armor is kind of not great,
Okay.
but I don't know how worthwhile it is to upgrade that. New sword. That's really just like 4 things that we're looking for at the moment.
Heck.
The